So B says determine the values of x for which the identity given in A is not valid. So I took it at the point just before we got our answer, and we had this in our denominator, 2 cos x and cos x plus sine x equal to 0. Well, not equal to 0, but if we want to find the values of x for which this identity is not valid, then we need to look for the places where our denominator is equal to 0, because we know that an identity, or rather a fraction, is undefined when b is equal to 0. So if we can find the x values that give us this denominator, that results in the denominator being equal to 0, then we can find those x values in which the identity would not be valid. So at this point, what we can do is just say 2 cos x is equals to 0, or cos x is equals to sine x, or plus sine x is equals to 0. And we can't take that one, so cos x is equals to sine x. Let's rather say cos x plus sine x as it's given is equals to 0. And then over here we can divide both sides by 2, and we can find the reference angle. So for this one would have x being equal to, so x here will be equal to plus minus 90 degrees plus 360k. And we can have for this second part, if we take sine x to the other side, we can divide both sides by cos x, and would have something like sine x is equals to minus cos x. Divide both sides by cos x, you're left with tan x is equals to minus 1. So here we have x is equals to plus minus 90 plus 360k, or we have in this case would have x is equal to minus 45 plus the period for tan is 180k. And in both these cases, k is an element of all integers, like that. So for this one is fine, but for tan x, that would be minus 45 plus 3 plus 180k, and k is an element of all integers. But we also know that when tan is 90 degrees, so for the tan part, when tan is 90 degrees, we also have the result being equal to 0. So it's not only 45 in this case, but also we can say when x is equals to 90 plus k 180, and k is an element of all integers. So this is for the other side. Remember, we're trying to get this to be equal to tan x. So this will be undefined when x is equals to 90 degrees. So these are the answers for these two, for this fraction, and then for tan x, this is that answer.